fucking joke.
Heartfelt.
No, how can you say that?
I'm a dumbass.
That means you're gay.
No, God, please, no.
A man and a woman.
I'm kind of retarded. You are fake news.
Negus.
I'm upset.
Be offended.
Do you love black people?
You ain't black.
I don't care.
Long COVID.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
How about news?
Hot, hot, hot like a tamale!
Try to relax your anus.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on, man. What is it, your period?
Oh, rim shot.
Five, four, three, two, one.
What's up, all you crazy capitalists, you witty whiskey enthusiasts? Welcome to the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast. I'm Ian.
And I'm Sean.
And good to see you guys. It's been an interesting weekend for the both of us, from what I heard from you, sir. And I see you have a little bit different of a setup back there. Nice.
It's not different at all.
It isn't?
Nope. You just don't pay attention to my background at all, ever.
You're usually just in front of the thing.
Good observant. You're very observant today. No, it's fine. Yeah, I spun this shit around. I thought it was, whatever. I get sick of looking at the same fucking things all the time, so I just start moving shit around in my room. I was just fucking with you. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
What a dick.
I'm a dick.
Starting it off fucking antagonistic already.
Ooh.
I'm trying to show that I care and I see things and I notice, okay?
I notice when you get your hair done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what girls do.
Hey, actually, you're the one who's being a girl because you messed
You're
around
right.
with it.
Everything bothers me.
I'm being the one that's being the good husband and realizing that you changed something. Okay, so on you. Anyways, since that's the way our show goes, and we bicker at each other like an old married couple, we're going to before we get into our topics and everything today, make sure you go and like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Hit the like button right now if you're on YouTube or on Rumble. Either one, go hit that little button. It helps out with the algorithm, and then we'll get into our topics. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be discussing Steven Crowder, who's been kind of MIA for the past since the whole Daily Wire Crowder drama, all that stuff was going on. He's been MIA, just kind of doing stuff, and there was a video that came out that said he had a major announcement. It was going to be on the PBD podcast, the Patrick Bet David podcast, which I've watched a couple of things on there. He's had Neil deGrasse Tyson on. He had there was a very interesting one that he had on. It was a socialist Marxist that said that he believed that Stalin was one of the best figures to look up to.
Really?
Yeah. And I watched that gritting my teeth, wanting to scream at my phone because it was so stupid. But I mean, it's a Marxist socialist, so I mean, obviously, that's what you're going to get into when you watch them.
You're going to get some like idiotic arguments and just like some weird takes and all that type of shit. So
but Patrick Bet-David, he's a pretty smart dude. He's an entrepreneur. He's very very intelligent. He's built up his company from the ground up. The CEO of the PBD. Or Valuetainment is what I think the company's called, but it's a good thing to look into if you're looking for extra podcasts or anyone out there. But anyways, so Crowder went on there. He's kind of doing the rounds of press, I guess you would say, and which he usually doesn't do. So he went on there to go talk about it first, and then I think he's going to be on a couple other shows. I think he's going to be a Russell Brand show. It's kind of what. But we'll get into it. But anyways, he made his announcement that he's going to start his own network of creators and doubling the content of what's available currently. It's going to start on March 20th, which is cool because that was one of the daily shows that I liked, watching and listening to. So I'm stoked that he's going to finally be back. So it should be interesting in the next couple of months with the new content and the amount of content that he's going to be putting out, and especially because he always pissed everyone on the left off. So
he was one of the loudest ones on YouTube, so of course like that was going to piss everybody off.
It's fucking great. So I cannot wait. We're also going to talk about Chicago's Mayor Lori Lightfoot, also known as Beetlejuice, losing re-election and being the first incumbent mayor in Chicago to lose re-election in the last 40 years, which is kind of a pretty big deal. We also discuss a horribly racist New York City superintendent. That's going to be more. I haven't looked too much into it. I saw the article, but that's going to be something that if you want to bring up on that one.
I plan on running the show for that one.
Sweet. All right. And then also I went golfing yesterday for the first time since 2020. That was quite interesting. Some funny stories from there. You also have an interesting Sippin With Shawn after show story,
to say the least. Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah. Exactly.
The party kept on going, and it probably shouldn't have.
All right, so that'll be fun. And then so it's gonna be just a random show, fun for everyone. With that, what was I gonna say? Make sure here's our overlays. Make sure you go to do we not have the locals one up? Oh, I didn't do the locals one. Damn it. All right. So go to locals.com, tdpn.locals.com. It's right here up here at the top center of your screen. And the overlay that I was trying to make is for the promo code. I made it for all the other shows.
I saw it in the Sippin With Shawn layout and whatnot. So I had that one available.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that was done on the fly while you were doing the show. So I probably should have done that building up. That's on me, guys. But go to tdpn.locals.com. We're going to be doing some exclusive content and gearing up for that. Go there, and it's $3 a month. You can give us more. We are fine with that. But if you go there and as you're signing up, you can use the promo code TDPN for Till Death Podcast Network for your first month free. So go there, check that out, and also check out solo.to/thewhiskeycapitalist.
I have all the chats open as well too. So like if you're watching on Locals, we got the live chat there. If you're watching on Rumble, I see Professor Savage Dad. You're commenting already. We really appreciate that. They forget to say Beetlejuice 3 times, and she didn't get reelected. And then he says golfing incoming handle changed to bougie Jesus.
Yes. So solo.to/the whiskey capitalist for all of our links and ways to stay up to date with us. bit.ly/the whiskey capitalist merch for all of our fully stacked merch store. And with that, we're going to get into the intro and get into this damn show. Here we go, guys.
Who else in the level crowd say yeah?
Look at that big juicy booty.
Hot like a tamale.
Be offended.
Do you love black people?
Negro.
You know the thing.
Here, next.
Don't be rude.
You ain't black.
Schlong COVID.
You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole.
Heartfelt. A man and a woman.
All righty. So how about we start off with your so we go what is it, chronologically? We start off with your interesting after show party.
Yeah, sure, of course. So if you tuned in for Sippin With Shawn, you saw that I had a special guest in my basement bar with me for a little bit. He was hanging on the side there, but what was it? We got Movies America coming in hot already with the comments like, "Hey Shawn, Super Duty, totally brand spanking new, never before seen before background." Yeah, that's it. Same old thing it was from before.
Dude, I thought that was just gonna be a throwaway, like, "Oh, hey, you changed it." And then you, goddamn,
no, I know how to make content out of shit.
You gotta make everything fucking difficult. That's all I gotta say.
I just make it into content. I'm sorry. It's just it's a gift, not a curse.
Anyways, go ahead.
Not all content's good content, I know,
Yeah,
but it is
exactly.
content. But it is
Yeah,
content. But yeah, as I was saying, so like I had my buddy Trevor come over with his family, and we don't get to spend a lot of time together much anymore. We used to get together like weekly, like, especially during like all COVID and stuff, that we used to always get together. Now it's like every few weeks or so, just because of our schedules, like shit just doesn't line up too much. But he came over during my stream and whatnot. I was hanging out, and we got to sit down and actually hang out, watch a movie down in the bar, which is really cool. Like, why I even built the place in the first place was like I wanted to be able to like hang out with my buddies and like do guy stuff. And we ended up watching that movie Nobody with what was it, Bob Odenkirk?
Oh, the guy from Better Call Saul, right?
Yeah, the same dude. But like so we watched that one. It's basically a wish.com John Wick, but like it was pretty entertaining still nonetheless. If you just take all the other elements out of it, like all the holes in the story and stuff like that, you're just like, oh, it was entertaining. But then the wives are upstairs hanging out with what was it? They're hanging out with like all the kids, like they're just playing good. They're all behaving totally fine. I got like my two kids and then their two older ones, and then they have a baby as well. So like the wives are hanging out with the baby. The other kids are just hanging out in the living room, just like playing with toys or whatever like that. Like what kids do, nothing crazy. So like they were being really good. So like the wives come downstairs wanting to see what we're up to. They come down and we're all hanging out and Trevor's like, "Hey, I gotta go get a refill." So he goes upstairs to go get some ice and whatnot. And the next thing you know, he's yelling down to us like, "You guys gotta come up here. You gotta see what just happened." And I'm like, oh shit! Like what could have happened? I don't know. Like at this point, like it's just comical to me. Just like, oh god, like what the fuck am I gonna walk into? And they took an entire pack of Capri Suns, which I'm sure we're all familiar with, the pouch juices. Like,
what are those, Shawn?
Well, let me tell you, dumbass Jesus.
Fucking joke.
It's bougie Jesus, okay? It is
bougie Jesus. Yeah, you don't spend any time with Capri Suns. You just go right for the good shit.
Okay, I changed it. I use the honest juices or whatever those are called. Those are the bougie.
That is bougie. Holy shit.
I'm just kidding, dude. Capri Suns, you turn them over and you pop them in the butt.
Yeah,
hole.
That's it. Yeah. So they go, yeah, exactly, just like that. And like they took those and they squirted them. Like they were trying to have like a tea party, and I would think like maybe 2 to 3 of them made it into like the teapot. The rest of the other 10 that were in the pack, all over the couches, all over the tables. Like it's literally just everything is sticky and wet, and like I can't help but just kind of like laugh, but I'm trying not to let the kids see that I'm laughing because
because then they're gonna think it's okay.
Yeah, it's like, let's just clean this up. And then like my wife was kind of like, I don't know, do we want to do that right now? It's kind of late, and because I don't know that they hadn't gone to sleep yet. And then like Trevor was just like, no, we got to do it now because shit's gonna get gross if you don't get it right now. Like so, yep. So we'd all the parents pitched in, we all cleaned it all up. Fine, no big deal. That's pretty standard kind of. Go ahead.
What level of drunk were you while trying to clean up? Because that makes it funnier.
Yeah, maybe like on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being like blackout drunk. And yeah, I would say maybe I'm like a 5 at this point. So I'm like, I'm having fun, but I'm not drunk really. I'm just kind of like, I got a really strong buzz, starting to maybe feel a little drunk. So I'm like, okay, clean up the mess. All right, time to get the kids in bed because like, you know what, you guys have overstayed your welcome for being awake. Time for you
So
to
like on a scale of new Steve-O to old Steve-O, you were about a mid.
meh. Like but we like, all right, you kids all have to go to sleep now. So we took all of them, put them down in like in the different beds and stuff like that. And well, like my daughter's got like a trundle thing, so it was like all the girls. There's two girls, like, and then my daughter all in one room, and then my boy's got his room, of course. Yeah. And all of them went to sleep totally fine. Everything was good. So then, like, all the parents, we all went and go back downstairs. We're having a few more shots. We're having drinks. All the kids are sleeping. So everything's good to go, right? Maybe around, I want to say, like, midnight or so, my daughter comes downstairs and she's like, she's upset. She's clearly upset. Or maybe it wasn't even that late. It could have been like 11 o'clock or something like that. But still, like either way, she was visibly upset. And like, wait, what's wrong? Why are you up out of bed? Like, what's going on? And then she's just like, my shelf fell down. And like, I'm like, what the fuck? So like I had just put up this like shelf in her room, and there's a huge long story as to like why this shelf is like such a big freaking deal, but like the whole point is the thing was in there really sturdy when I was done with it. Okay, that's the whole point. That thing was in the studs. That ain't moving. That thing is like stuck in there. Right. How the hell did these kids get this thing out of the wall is beyond me. They like literally I found in the because like when I went into the room, like there's books all over the floor. The toys that were on the shelf are all down. The shelf is on the bed. The whole thing, it's a complete disaster. And I had to like move everything off the beds and just kind of like, I'm gonna have to deal with this in the morning. I don't have time to deal with it right now because everyone's trying to go to sleep. And like, you know, like calm my daughter down, like, listen, it's fine, it's okay. I'm gonna fix it in the morning. It's gonna be better than ever. The greatest shelf ever, perfect all around, fantastic. No one does shelves better than daddy.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, I just, you know, give her a little Trump impression and then move her on. And then so then the next day, and the next day then I go to like check out like the actual like the holes in the wall. Like they literally ripped it out of the wall. The screws were like completely bent over and the heads of the screws were completely ripped off. I'm like, holy shit, like this is like Lou Ferrigno's kids were in here just like ripping on this freaking thing on the whole time until like it came out of the wall. Like, fuck your shelf.
Doing their best Dave Chappelle impression.
Yeah, he's like, fuck your couch. like the same thing, just with the shelf. I didn't say it.
You didn't say it.
Yeah, but like they were pulling the thing down for sure. So I had to, you know, fix all the holes and then put the thing back up on a different spot in the the wall, of course. And you know, my daughter was ecstatic at the fact that her shelf was back together at the end. But like it's just one thing after another. There was a few other incidences that happened that evening that don't need to be talked about, and it's just like, god damn, like it was just like, yeah.
Do you know?
No, like there's a few things that just don't go onto the internet. And but still, nonetheless, like the parents, we were having a great time. It was just like when the kids got together, it was like a perfect storm of just like, we're gonna fuck this house up. Are you in? I'm in. And they all, yeah. And then the next thing you know, it was like 3 ninjas and they just kind of destroyed the entire house.
So on a scale of new Steve-O to old Steve-O, how drunk were the kids?
They were a 0. They were not drunk at all. Like, I mean, like if you want to consider like sugar rushes, maybe they were like a 10 on like a sugar rush earlier in the day. Just I mean, going. You know,
that is kind of, you know, alcohol.
Kid crack.
Kids. Yeah, like, that's kid crack for sure.
Yeah, they were going pretty strong for a while, but like that's just what kids do. Whatever. They were all together. They were having fun, but goddamn, don't destroy my house, please.
Yeah, right. Like Jesus.
Nothing you can do about it. Kids are going to be kids, but like,
yeah,
it just created more chores for me the next day. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Interesting. Well, I do need to say that I did actually make the promo code
while I was telling my story.
I just didn't know. I would like to say yes just to make me look better, but no, they were already pre-made. I just didn't load them into the backstage. So they were made. I just forgot about one step. But yeah, so from the beginning of the show, use that promo code right there for 1 month free membership on locals, tdpn.locals.com. So there we go to button end that. So we have that finished up. They are loaded, just not renamed. But all right. So yeah, I think it's funny because like drunk people are like children. So like it's funny that like it was like a house full of children, basically.
Yeah, it's like a house full of drunks.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because children are the equivalent of drug when they, like, unless you get them all together. So it's either a house full of children or a house full of drugs. It's like the same equivalency, just like one had the alcohol, one didn't. So I think that's fucking great. And of course it's Trevor that,
which makes it even better because like he's beloved on the channel, and we got a few comments coming in here. It's like the rooms look like homeless encampments. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I try and tell my daughter to just clean up your damn room, like clean your room, like just Jordan B. Peterson.
So you have fucking Skid Row going on in one of the of the rooms of your house. What was it? When their cousins come over, they destroy my house. They go home and I am left with a disaster. I resent that remark. Or I resemble that remark. Did you mean I resent? Because that sounds.
Yeah, I think he meant resent.
Yeah, it's just how stupid smartphone.
I look like that. I look like that remark.
yeah, exactly. Like, wait a second. You look like a homeless in cabinet. Hold on. I just said homeless in cabinet.
In cabinets. God, homeless in cabinets.
Yeah, we are. We are great today. That's we both know how to speak today, obviously. But let me see. Okay, so yeah. So I have. Wait.
Tell me about your golf thing.
Oh yeah, that was fun. So I haven't golfed since 2020, like June of 2020, and that was like I haven't played a round of golf since probably 2019 because obviously we weren't able to go golfing after the
be outside. You couldn't be outside and be separated by a giant field of golf holes.
What I might have actually gone, I think I did go golfing because it was one of those you're just able to be out, around. So I figured like, oh, this is fine, whatever.
Yeah, you probably had to reserve it.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, you usually have to reserve a fucking tee time, but at the same time, it's like, it's you've always had to do that. But at the same time, and it was probably, if I remember correctly, it was a lot easier because there weren't as many people, but there were so many like that, you have to take you can't share a golf cart and blah blah blah. You have to have separate golf carts. So that meant that it was easier because less people were doing it, but it was harder because there were less carts available because of the having to do that, whatever. So but it was and then the last time I actually went out and swung a golf club was on the driving range, and it was just me and a buddy. It was me and Nick Wright, who's in the comments every once in a while. Jesus, I do not know how to set up my microphone. It's like tugging on the cord. Sorry, guys. You get to see some,
Well, let me ask you a question. So, do you golf? Did you golf on a regular basis before that? Before 2019, did you golf a lot?
Yeah. Dude, I love going out and getting around. It's fun. It's the only place you can drink and drive legally. Are you serious? It's the best fucking thing ever. Getting to drive around a golf cart with a bunch of dumb idiot friends.
I mean, I've never really gone golfing. I've done some chip and putt type things before, but it's typically driving range or mini golf. I don't never really do the full ranges.
It's so goddamn fun. Yes, is golf frustrating when you're trying to be good at it? Yeah, obviously, yeah, it's frustrating because there's so many different things. It's the way you stand, how your feet are placed, how you twist, everything. There's so many different things. It's one of the most frustrating. One of the most frustrating fucking sports, but it is also really, really fun. Professor Savage Dad says laws. It's not frowned upon. That's what I mean. It's not frowned upon when you drink and drive on the golf course. But no, it also and one thing that someone told me when like as a little piece of advice of getting frustrated when you play is once, because the whole point is to get the lowest score, right? You have the lowest amount of strokes, giggity. And but if you realize that once you hit your first stroke, you've already pretty much lost, because you're trying to get the closest to zero as you can, then you realize, oh, okay, cool, I'm just out here having fun, like just trying to get a little bit better. So it's cool. And it's definitely bougie, but when you're hammered, I mean, you can make anything fun. But no, it was really fun. And actually Jen was when she was in high school, she was on the golf team, so which is pretty cool. So it's very emasculating playing with her, because she fucking annihilates me every time. But which makes it not as fun either, but it's it is fun. But it's cool. And I went out with my little brother, my stepdad, and one of like an old family friend. And it was really, really cool. My little brother paid for the round because it was like for my stepdad's birthday. It was like a little bit later. His birthday was, I think, like last week or the week before. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of a little bit later, but we were able to get it done. And I don't know about any of you guys there in internet land, but Shawn knows I'm not a morning person. It was in Escondido, which is about 30 minutes south of where I'm at. The round started at 8:50. That means that I had to be out of my house at 7 to 7:15, because I still had to drive to my stepdad's house and drop my car off there, and we just drove down together. So like I had to meet him there, and then we got there early. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but how far is your stepdad? Like, he's on the way, I imagine, right?
He's on the way. So like he's maybe 10 minutes away from my house. And then we had to get there early to make sure we checked in and got, did a couple on the driving range, like 30 minutes on the driving range. So,
okay. So you want to get there at 8:30, right?
Yeah, 8:20. Yeah. Cause it started at 8:50. So we like to be there a little earlier, make sure we're all set up and ready to go. Cause you got to put your shoes on. You got to get the golf cart. You got to fucking,
you go all out on this thing. You have golf shoes, like specific shoes for golfing.
Oh yeah. They got the little cleats on there. So it gives you grip into the ground. And I got new golf shoes. I think
bougie.
Yeah, oh for sure, boozy. I got them Adidas. Because fuck Nike. And so I got I have new shoes that I haven't been able to try out. And I think I got them for my birthday last year, maybe like Christmas, not a couple months ago, but so I've been wanting to try them out. Jen got them for me as a present, and so I've been wanting to try them out, and and then of course, on the way down there, I forget, I forget that I have like a little secret compartment in my golf bag that has like where my golf glove is. And so I like have this old crusty fucking golf glove that like I haven't used in forever. So that was gross. And then, and so like it was cool, and it was fun because I haven't been able to swing a golf club. It was great because it's one of those things like when you like take a break from it and you go back and you forget all the thoughts that you got to put on before you it's just almost like beginner's luck again. Like you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go up there and just hit the ball. And it worked out pretty well. I mean, I was for sure shitty, but the game that we were playing wasn't like all four of us against each other. It's called a scramble. So basically it's like two people on one team, two people on the other, and it's like a best ball. So like whoever out of the two hits the best ball down the free, cool, you just drop where their ball is and then shoot from there. And it's a little quicker, especially with a foursome, giggity. And so it was awesome. We were playing, and I saw turtles by a lake, which was fucking cool. Little turtles. It was like the Ninja Turtles, basically. It was only two of them. But so there was, and we were getting hammered. Not super hammered, but it wasn't any beer. I'm not really a beer dude. I don't really like too much beer.
I don't like what it does to me. I get like really bloated from it. I'm just like, it's kind of lame. I'm not really into it.
Yeah, and a lot of the beers now are all craft beers. I'm like, fucking stop. Just
or IPAs. Or
exactly.
IPAs. It's gross.
The IPAs, all of that. It's gross. So like I didn't want to drink Coors Light or Bud Light. Ugh. So I was like, all right, you got seltzers, and I know. Just throw them all through. This is gay Jesus now, for sure. I get it. But they had Trulies, which, not bad. So we had a couple of Trulies, and I had probably about 4 or 5 of them, and those things creep up on you. I will admit, I hadn't had those before. I had the White Claws before, and they fucking creep up. But so we're getting faded and just being loud and obnoxious because that's the way me and my little brother are when you get us together, and just making all the jokes. Like my stepdad is very very Christian, and so he'll say some jokes every once in a while, and it's golf, so there's going to be ball and shaft and stroke and all those types of jokes. So like with me and my little brother next to it, like we have this like confidence that we can like get him to turn beet red from embarrassment of being around us. So that was fun. And then there was one shot where I'm lined up to shoot like straight that way, right?
Sure.
They're off a 45-degree angle the other direction, like which usually is safe. Right?
Like for me, like you better fucking get out of my way.
Yeah, because you haven't played yet, Dick. But like for the most part, if you're in front of someone, or if you're like barely in front of someone off to the side, usually for the most part, it's a safe bet. Like unless there's someone who hasn't played a lot, or or whatever, who doesn't know what they're doing, then you usually want to stand behind someone. But they were
a gun range.
What?
Like a gun range. Get behind the line.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like a gun range with less deadly ammo. So I'm sitting up there, and for some reason, I don't know if my club face was open or what happened, or I was standing too far back from it when I swung. One of them
swang.
Yeah, when I swang. And so I hit it off the end of the club. And so my stepdad was like just looking at his shot, like so he's not fucking paying attention to what I'm doing. And then his friend Julian was maybe about 4 to 5 feet behind him, but they were like kind of in a line like behind their cart. So it literally went directly in between the two of them, like head height, like right in between the two of them. Whoa. And my stepdad didn't know at all. Julian literally went, "What the fuck?" And it went between them through their cart and just sailed. Like it was a frozen rope, dude. It was, if it would have hit one of them, maybe concussion. Like it was so ridiculous. Okay. Also, our family friend Julian, the one who was playing with us, he hasn't had hair in a while. He has a bald head, right? And so I made the joke towards Ron, my stepdad. I was like, "Oh, I was just trying to give you a haircut." And the joke's going on in me and my little brother's cart were not right. He looks over to me and he goes, "Well, I mean, it'd be the first one Julian's had in a lot of years." So there was that, and then the very last, and I was pretty surprised. Like we used my like ball placement giggity a good number of times, probably about like maybe about half the time. So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'm not doing horrible." Like I lost plenty of balls, shanking them off to the left and right. But like I actually had a pretty good couple of drives. I was pretty impressed with it, and it was nice to get out there and be like, "Oh, okay, I'm not as horrible as I thought I was after not playing for 3 fucking years."
That's great.
And it was fun. It was a little bit of a confidence booster. And then the very last hole, like the way it works too is especially when you're playing with a couple other people, you give them like the gimme. So if it's like within a club length on the last putt, so if you putt and it's like within a club length between where your ball placement ended and the hole, you're like, cool, I'll give you the bogey. I'll give you that last shot. You're not going to make it. All right, cool. And so my little brother, being a fucking dick, the last 2 holes, he's like, "All right, we have to make no gimmies on these. You have to make it in the cup for the last 2 holes." I'm like, "All right, cool." And so on the 18th green, we're sitting there 30 feet from the hole. Like there's no way that there, like, unless it's an amazing fucking putt, this is going to be at least a 2 putt. So we're sitting there, and I'm faded at this point. And so I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. So I line it up. And I'm like, oh, here we go. 30 foot in the hole.
Nice.
And everyone's like, oh my God, dude. Like, how'd you just do that? So it's like, I got one.
Yeah, I think the last time I even did any kind of golfing, I went to the driving range, and this was a few years back. I was with a couple of my buddies, and this kind of turned me off from wanting to do any kind of golfing ever again. In the driving range, it was kind of like one of those canopied things where it's got like the wooden on a pavilion thing over top of like the
little gazebo kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm in one of those, and I'm trying to figure out like how to not slice or like shank or nothing like that. I'm trying to get it to go straight. Yeah. And like I'm taking all the tips from like all my buddies, and like, oh, keep your front arm straight. Don't look at the ball. Don't twist right here. Use your back leg and this and that. Yeah. And like I'm trying to like keep all this stuff in mind, and just start swinging slow and then start picking up the speed. I'm like, okay. Got it. Well, eventually I, get a little cocky with it. I'm going to try and actually like hit one. Yeah. And I do, but it goes straight up and it hits like the corner of the top of the pavilion, and it comes right back down and gets me right in the nuts. and it.
Hey, go ahead. Yeah, that's just too good.
It hurt so fucking bad. I almost threw up. Like, I'm just like, oh. And then,
wait, more like, hold on.
I'm just, oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like, I'm trying to walk it off, and I'm like, I'm reaching into my pants just to make sure everything's like still intact because it fucking hurt that bad. I'm like, oh my God. Oh. I'm like trying to like figure out if I should like go to the bathroom and examine myself. I'm like, oh my God, everything's so fucking swollen right now. Because like it caught just like it caught one of the nuts. It just just like lefty, like bang, and I'm like, oh, just the one side. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like sweating. I'm sitting down finally, and they'll be like, are you okay? Are you gonna be all right? I'm like, and like I hadn't been drinking or nothing like that. I'm just like, no, I'm fine. I think I'm done. Like you can have the rest of the basket. I'm not hitting any more balls today. I hit one too many balls.
I think one time when I went with another with like me and my dad used to go to the driving range when it was like visitation. Like he'd have me every other weekend and every other Thursday, and so he would come up to the area that my mom and my stepdad are in, which I'm not going to give away. But he would come up and like just hang out. We go see a movie, or he'd pick me up from school, for the Thursday or whatever. And sometimes we'd go, because it was like when Happy Gilmore came out. So I was like a kid, I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's hilarious. I want to golf. And so we go to the driving range, and one of the times I tried the Happy Gilmore thing, the just run up
to it, yeah.
And I didn't have a good grip on the club. Swung around, let go of the club, and if my dad wasn't crouching down to put another ball in the tee, it would have just taken him out. And so he literally looks at me and goes, we're done. Put it down. We're going home. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Like,
it was an accident, Dad.
Yeah, there were definitely some times that I pulled some stupid moves when me and my dad, like on Thursday, was like, there was one time when I was like playing baseball and stuff, and then we went out. It was like at the elementary school that I was at, so we went out and like we're just throwing balls or playing catch or whatever, and practicing for for games. And so we're leaving the elementary school, going out in front, and it was like during that time, like when you're a kid, you're like, hey, think fast, it was that whole time of my life. And so I was like, hey, Dad, think fast. And I threw a ball, but I threw it way over his head because I didn't have control over anything. And so it went over his head and it dented the back of his car. And it was like a nicer, like, it was a super nice sports car, but it was a sports car, so, and he took pride in it. So it dented the back of his car, and he didn't let me live that down for a while. So I was not the smartest person when I was a kid, but it was kind of cool because the driving range that we used to go to was actually one of the driving ranges that Jen and her dad used to go to when she was practicing, and obviously before she got on the high school golf team, she still played golf with her and her dad, and I think her sister also played golf too. So like, it's just weird to talk about that. Be like, so we were probably there at the same time. Like, I know it was weird. We could have met, but we didn't. But no, I thought it was cool. It was fun to go golfing, and now after playing again, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I want to go. Jen does not like golfing in the cold, especially after all the experience of being on the golf team and having to be there at 7 a.m. and play other golf teams or whatever. But she was like, yeah, once it becomes a little warmer out, maybe April, May, starting after that, we're gonna go out with my little brother and do some more stuff too. My dad says I loved golfing with you. How much did you love when I almost killed you with the golf club there, Dad? I'm pretty sure that you went home and like, oh my God, my son almost killed me. That was all on purpose. I did that on purpose. I was trying to take you out.
Say, fuck you, Dad.
Exactly. Because then, if anyone ever asked me, it was an accident. I was just trying to do the Happy Gilmore thing, and it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. No, I like golfing with you too. It was fun. But yeah, it was definitely a fun weekend. And then my grandma had her birthday party. The one that I told you about with the ice cream. Yeah, she got caught with that because she's a turd. We were gonna have it last Sunday because my stepdad and my grandma's birthdays fall like my Hispanic Mexican grandma, so the white one. Well, their birthdays fall pretty close to each other, so usually there's like, it's kind of like a joint, whatever. But she was like, oh yeah, no, I'm like last, for the one going on last weekend, she was like, oh, I'm so glad, talking to my mom, I'm so glad that you invited all, everyone to come over. And my mom's all, oh, we didn't. I thought it was going to be like just like us and like a couple.
So you get on the phone, you're immediately calling everybody, get your ass over here.
Yeah, and so we were going to have it, and then my mom's like, well, your grandma wants everyone to be there and wants mariachis and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh God, okay. So we had to reschedule it to like yesterday, right? And so there's this one place down the road called Guadalajara's, where we went. They have mariachi music, and it's a bunch of fun. So it's just a whole bunch of Mexicans, like the Mexican side of my family. So I'm sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck anyone's saying. Like, I don't understand any of this shit. Like, I'm just like, so it was like my stepdad, my little brother, and then like me, who I'm obviously Hispanic, but I'm way more white looking. So it was like us standing in the corner, like, the fuck are all they saying?
So you were ostracized from your own family?
Yeah, exactly. And then one of my family members, my uncle Carlos, who's super artistic. He's born on the same day that I am, but obviously a lot of years before. But we usually have the same like kind of like artistic notions or whatever. But he's a complete liberal. Like, God, a fucking idiot, especially after all this Trump stuff. Like, we don't really talk too much anymore. And so I was this fucking close to going up to him and being like, there's obviously that like family, like, oh, hey, how you doing? Love you. Give him a hug. Yeah, you got the small talk, whatever. And, but I was this fucking close to going up like, hey, Uncle Chuck, are you going to get a margarita? and I like told my little brother, and he's like, if you do that, you will be a god. But if you do that, you're probably gonna have to leave. And I was like, yeah, I'll refrain. I'll refrain from it.
Get an ultra margarita.
Yeah, exactly. I the dark great. Margarita. It's like the blackberry one, the dark margarita. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was cool to see my grandma like all like smiley and happy, and everyone, giving her all the attention to the mariachi. She loved it and whatever. And I'm sitting there just like, I don't understand what anyone's fucking saying. Play La Bamba. Like, like, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but it was an interesting weekend. I'll say that.
Yeah. Like, how many songs were there? It's like La Cucaracha, La Bamba, like
Mexican polka number 4, Mexican polka number 9.
The entire catalog of Selena.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm not kidding you. There was a Selena painting in the room that we were in.
Do I know my Mexicans or what?
You're racist. No, but
at least I didn't say mana.
yeah, exactly. Or Los Lobos. No, it was a lot of fun. So, but yeah, it was just me basically talking shit. And then, my little brother's wife, her family, there's her parents, basically adopted their granddaughter because, their daughter. So my sister-in-law's sister. So I guess my sister-in-law, but I don't have really any contact with her. She's been addicted to multiple substances, and but then had a baby girl, and then just dipped, like went out of the picture. So yeah, it's a whole long story. But anyway, so so my sister-in-law's parents have been taking up for like adopted her and like have been taking care of her. And so I found out that she loves Star Wars. I might have told you this story, but I found out that she loves Star Wars. So I was like, oh, cool. So for Christmas, I got her like this, like I asked her what character she likes. And like, I made the Chewie noise randomly, and I'm fucking furry. So like, she immediately started liking Chewie because of that. And so we got her like this little Chewie doll, little plush Chewie toy. So it was cool. And then now she calls me Uncle Chewie, which is funny because being Mexican, we actually have an Uncle Chewie in our family.
Oh, that's a real thing. Okay.
No, completely. His name's Chewie. We call him Uncle Chewie. And so I am now Uncle Chewie to her. So she like wore like this Baby Yoda like shirt or whatever, like, oh, I've worn this for Uncle Chewie. So I was like, all right, you're kind of cute. Like with kids, like I'm not like I stay away from kids because probably the way I looks like I should. I have a white windowless van with free candy on it. Like I know that I don't look child friendly. So like I don't really interact with kids too much. So I have like this weird, like I don't know how to act around them really. So it's just funny. So I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Like she was mad because there were chips on the table that she was eating, but she wasn't paying attention to them. And I'm like, fucking chips and salsa. So I just started fucking eating them, and I was just eating all the chips and salsa from a whole table, all the table. I was just fucking stealing them. And she looks up and she goes, "You stole my chips," and I just went. Like
Uncle Chewie got hungry. Deal with it.
Yeah, I literally just like, you're lost. Like I don't know how to like play like the role, like, oh, I'm sorry, blah blah. And then so I just like, oh, well, whatever. And then she looked away and she looked like she was about to cry. I'm like, fuck. All right. And so no one was paying attention to these other chips. So I just went over the table and just like stared at everyone, and no one looked at me as I'm stealing their chips. I'm like, ah, fuck it, whatever. And I put them in front. I'm like, I saved the day. Yay. Don't Chewy.
I fixed the problem I created.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay me.
Uncle Chewy the rest, kind of, even though I was the problem. But yeah, no, it was a fun weekend. So I think we both wait. So Professor Savage Dad says that's pretty cute. Gay. Thank you though. It gets easier, he says, and he says the beard starts to turn white after you have some. Then people just assume you look like a dad. There you go. I have like one or two.
I got like the white streak in my beard. Yeah.
Is that because of the Capri Sun on the couch?
It still stains. Yeah.
Was it like, what was it, like Pacific Cooler flavored, or like what flavor was it? Because that makes it smell better.
I mean, like the Pacific Cooler one is a pretty popular flavor in this house, so it's a good chance of that. But I'm not. I can neither confirm nor deny. I don't know for sure.
All right. So, did you want to go over any of the topics that we have right now? Because I mean, they seem like they're probably
we should touch on the Steven Crowder thing once we talk about.
Yay! Nature Clear. All right, let me bring up the fucking ad reading thing.
Yeah, because we didn't do this one yet.
Did we not?
No, we did the TDPN one for locals.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Okay, no, I thought you meant like this ad read. Okay, now I get you. All right. So just real quick, guys, just want to share a little quick story. If you guys watched, I think it was Wednesday when we did the episode. I actually had some of the Nature Clear, so I can actually talk about it from experience. And if you guys saw that, then you guys saw that I was extra.
Yeah, and I ordered myself some, so that way I can do some on the live stream too. Sounds like I'm gonna do drugs. I'm gonna snort a line of it, everybody. No, that I will
All right,
not.
so Professor Savage Dad said, bruh, shill harder. Okay, sorry. This is the best thing that has ever been made ever. No, so yeah, it's a pretty good product. It helped out with some dehydration on there and made me feel a little bit better. I had a little bit of a headache right before going on the podcast. So it helped out a lot with that. And I haven't done it since I probably should have done it after drinking all those Trulies yesterday, but I just didn't have any on me. So dude, Professor Savage Dad, if you're drinking right now, you should have already gotten this so you can, you see what I mean? You should have already had it so you can help yourself out later. But yeah, so this product has helped a number of individuals across the country with dehydration and detoxification. My little brother, the one that I went golfing with, he led me onto this product as he used it to recover in the morning from the negative after effects of drinking. At work in the morning after using Nature Clear, he felt like $1 million in just 20 minutes. So and yeah, and like I said, it says tell your story here, but I think I kind of already did that with the podcast taking it. So I think we're good on that. Hey, MMA Nut, how you doing? Hello. When you go to the website, you can read his and others' testimonials on how it helped people with hydration, lowering one's A1C, detoxification, and recovery from drinking alcohol, and more. As a special offer to us here on the podcast, Nature Clear has provided this dedicated link below with the promo code. So you can receive free, almost said free shipping again. I need to change it. God damn it. You can receive up to 25% off your entire order. And the reason why I say up to 25% is just depends on how much you buy. If you buy one pack, I think it's like about 10 to 15%. But if you get like a subscription or a bigger quantity, then it's going to go up to 25%. Go ahead.
One second. So I don't think you looked into this yet, and I just decided to do it now because you mentioned the A1C. That is, it's another way of just talking about your blood sugars.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it'll bring down your average blood sugar rating.
I'm not trying to sell Liver King's products, MMA Nut. It's Nature Clear. It's a whole different company. Believe me, if we were sponsored by Ancestral Supplements, it would be like the whiskey capitalist presented by Ancestral Supplements. Believe me, if we got that.
I have a comment to bring up about Liver King, but I'm going to let you finish. Finish, and then we'll go into that.
All right. Yeah. So it's definitely something you want to buy in advance so that you have it when you need it the most, which is probably in the morning after drinking a few too many drinks. So with this, go check out Nature Clear. Click the link in the description. It's our affiliate link. It'll take you to the website. You can research it yourself. And then when you get to the checkout, go put in the promo code whiskey, WHISKEY, like we have it down here in the bottom, and you can get up to 25% on your purchase, which is awesome. Everyone wants some money off, right? It's good stuff. And then did you want to get on these subjects? Did you want to get on these subjects now, or do you want to wait and jump over to Rumble? Because I mean, they could be spicy.
Man, we could probably just go over to Rumble for that stuff. But I do want to say one thing though when it comes about Liver King. Have you seen like any of his latest videos on like Instagram?
I saw one where he was doing mean tweets thing, which I thought was kind of funny, but
that was pretty funny. But no, like the ones that I keep on seeing in my feed are the ones where he's sitting there in his throne and he's got some kind of crazy like huge spread of raw food in front of him, and he's like Chef Lionel or whatever that comes out, and like it's like the Liver King's like chef, and he pops out and he goes like he's in his karate stance. He's like, yeah, when I prepare Liver King's meals, I put this out here and this. I'm thinking to myself like, why does Liver King have a chef? Why? It's all raw food. There's no cooking fucking involved. Like
it's not all raw food, but yeah.
I mean it's raw liver, raw testicles, raw bone marrow, and then like he had like a raw python in front of him too. I was like, I think I forget who messaged me the comment, but they were saying like, so what part of the snake do you think Liver King's gonna eat?
Yeah, I mean, it could. I don't know though. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. But I mean, at the same time, you got to have someone butcher it. You got to have someone, cut it up and get it all ready. So, and
yeah, I suppose. I mean,
so.
So he has a butcher, not really a chef.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I mean, at the same time, yeah, he's not gonna. But I mean, I think he eats bacon, and I think he eats like other stuff like that, which you don't eat raw. So
true,
you shouldn't. So I mean, it's like a butcher / chef.
It's like the easiest chef gig ever, where only half of the food you make has to be cooked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it has to be presented in a proper way, and taken care of.
The testicles need to look appetizing.
I mean, you got to shave off that sack skin. I mean, but if you look at it like from either side, either like that's the best job for him because it's easy for him and he gets paid well, or like from Liver King's side, dude, I can't wait until I'm rich enough to where I can have my own fucking private chef, butcher, whatever, bald rubber, whatever you want to call it.
A chef to just hang out with you and watch you eat raw food.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. That's awesome. I'll pay you to fucking hang out with me and make me good ass food. I'm down.
Raw food? No problem. I can do that. No problem.
Well, I mean, I think a big thing too is like, yeah, obviously eating the raw meats and all that stuff isn't obviously an acquired taste, especially because liver tastes horrible. But and that's why he has the supplements. He is like it's raw, but it's put into supplements, so it's like easier to digest because not everyone's gonna want to eat raw fucking liver or bull balls or whatever. So
yeah, I know. It's like, how often are you gonna go to the butcher shop and be like, how many bull balls can I get for like $20?
I think MMA Nuts just doesn't like Liver King because he's probably been eating raw balls forever, and he's like, this dude took my fucking gimmick. I love you, MMA Nut. Just had to. They're jokes. They're gonna be jokes, and there's gonna be more of them. So, but anyways, I think that all the spiciness about the Crowder stuff and about the racist superintendent, New York City superintendent, and Lori Lightfoot is gonna be definitely more Rumble. So that's all we were doing. We were just trying to shill to get you guys over to Rumble for this hour, and I think we were pretty good at it.
Yeah, we killed a whole hour talking about just our weekends.
Yeah. Your drunk children and me almost murdering my stepdad. I think
they were not drunk. The adults were drunk.
Gotcha, sir. Wait, hold on. All right. Before we get out of here, make sure you check out the Nature Clear. Like we just said, use the promo code whiskey with the affiliate link that is in the description right now. You'll get up to 25% off on your order. And then also go to tdpnlocals.locals.com, which is up at the very center of your screen. Wait, right there. And then wait,
touch tips.
That was really, really gay. Pause. All right. So go to tdpn.locals.com and use the promo code TDPN for 1 month of free membership to our exclusive content and everything going on. We're still in the process of figuring out exactly what that schedule is going to be or what we're going to be doing, but it'll be fun. So join now for a free month and you can kind of see what's going on. And then it's the lowest and it's $3 a month. And so just budget that into what you're doing.
$36 for the year. Who can't budget $36 for the year?
I think you can do it for a couple of idiots. Professor Savage Dad. Y'all think I didn't screen cap that?
Nice.
We better see a good meme out of that, okay? If you don't put a good meme out, then I'll be mad.
Well, the recording will be on here forever, so we can just go and grab it later.
I'm deleting this after we are done recording it. Go there and check it out. It's $3 a month to start with, and then you can give us more. I mean,
yeah,
I'm fine with it. Or you can just, Rumble rant. That could be a way to give us more. That's fine too. But yeah, go check out all that stuff, and check out solo.to/the whiskey capitalist for all of our links and ways to stay up to date with us. bit.ly/the whiskey capitalist merch for our fully stacked merch store. Go get you a shirt, some bike shorts, some yoga pants, all that stuff. Solo.to/tilde studios for any digital design work you need done. I'll get you taken care of. Solo.to/the till death solo.to/till death podcast for the podcast that I do with my wife every other Saturday. We just did an episode this Saturday. Pretty good. I forgot what we talked about. We talked about, the Ford repo takeover, where your car will just repo itself if you don't pay payments, or just turn off the AC.
Everyone thought this autopilot thing was going to be fantastic and all for them. Well, I mean, like, if you're a degenerate and just don't pay your bills, I mean, like
literally,
there's that.
Literally in the article, it said that it progressively gets worse. It literally will like turn off your GPS, or it'll turn off your AC, or it'll
it's grounding you.
It'll fucking lock you out, right? And
you literally are getting grounded.
Yeah, so it was like a whole AI discussion this weekend, like the funny part of AI, and then we talked about the firing squad stuff too, which was good. And then grandma's breaking hips because they do that. So because Jen's grandma fell and broke a leg, but we thought it was a hip, and we made whatever. So go check out that if you want to do that. And then Shawn, let them know what's going on with you.
Solo.to/I'm Shawn Cav for all things Shawn Cav related with Sippin With Shawn. That's Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. This week I have a thing coming up on Friday. I don't think I'm going to be doing a live one, but I think I want to try and record something ahead of time to put out there. Like, I definitely want to do my my drink of the week segment. So I definitely want to try and record something along those lines for this Friday at the very least. And then it's just kind of me talking about whatever's fucking on my mind. Right?
I mean, that's kind of what these shows are. I mean,
that's really what it is. So,
yes,
but that has all my other links and other ways to keep up to date with what I got going on. So, and also gig dates, all that stuff where I'm performing and all that. Like, I'm going to be out by like State College, PA this weekend, doing a gig with Lisa Bodner. I'm going to be out that way. Playing at Elk Creek inn or something like that. It's just like this big like brewery type thing or whatever, but like it's got like a good like sound system and stage and whatnot. It's a whole ticketed event. I don't know. You can follow me on all the other socials and find out more about that.
Sweet. And then the other show that we have on the channel is at Movies America. Check him out on Twitter and Instagram at Movies America. Moviesamerica.com to check out where you can all the links and ways to stay up to date with him. We just put out the review for Plane that on Sunday. We just put that one out, and then I'm working on we're almost caught up. Literally like 4 or 5 more episodes and we're fully fucking caught up. But go get that all taken care of. And once that's caught up, then we'll be able to, we have a board meeting scheduled, guys. We're going to sit together and we're going to talk about it because we're obviously such a professional company that we need a board meeting. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that and do that. Also go to @TillDeath Network on Twitter to get all of the links for the whole network and anything going on with all of us. But yeah, with that, do we have anything else? MMA Nut says, have you seen the Mark Harley, Brendan Schaub stuff? Have not. I have not followed up. The last Brendan Schaub anything I followed up on was the drama that was going on between him and Bobby Lee and Kalila, and Kalila's a bitch. Anyways, but yeah, so I haven't really followed up on that. Maybe I'll have to look into that. Maybe we can get into that on Wednesday. See if it's something that that we can talk about, because we're gonna need stuff.
Yeah,
we always need more things to talk about. But all right, with that, we are going to jump over to Rumble. Check out all the links that we have in the description. But the main important link right now is the Rumble link that's in there. It'll take you over to the Rumble live stream, so you can go and comment there, get a little spicier with your comments. It's always fun. And give us a Rumble rant. Pay us a little bit. I mean,
throw us a buck. What's wrong with you?
We put a fair amount of work into.
Hey, come on, we do a lot of work when it comes to this stuff.
I know, it's just a little bit, guys. Come on, it's easy. It's right there. But besides that, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, do all the things on all the places, and we'll see you over there on Rumble, guys. Peace.
Bye.